if I had $100 budget for cologne this school year, these are the 3 fragrances I would get. This is Ron back on Manly Scents. Before we get started, please do me a favor and leave a comment down below on what your favorite cheapy fragrance is. We all know that not everyone has the means or even want to purchase fragrances for $100, $200, and $300. And I don't blame you, honestly. Purchasing fragrances for that much money is honestly such a commitment to do. So that's why I came up with 3 fragrances that I would get. So for the school year, you guys will be completely set. And guys, these are actually available at retailers, but I plead to you guys, please do not get them at retailers. They are heavily discounted online, and when I get into it, you guys will see the heavy price difference. You're just getting it online and you waiting a couple of days to you just going to, your local Macy's or Nordstrom just to get it that day and pay double the price. To get into number 1, we have Jimmy Choo Man Ice. Jimmy Choo Man Ice is going to run you from anywhere from $38 to $58 at discounters online. If you go to retailers, you're going to be paying anywhere from $80 to a little bit over $100. Man Ice is a very fresh and citrusy scent that can be used every day as a very good dumb reach. A fragrance that you just kind of don't really think about. You spray and you go. It is a very good everyday use type of fragrance. Some of the main notes are mandarin orange, apple, vetiver, and roxin and musk. Again, to like this scent, you have to like very citrusy scents. I don't mind citrus. I don't mind scent notes like mandarin orange. So scents like these, these are just really good scents to me as well. They're really fresh. They're really citrusy. And you already know those fresh scents are very good everyday scents. But when you first spray it, that citrus, that mandarin orange, it just hits you. That's the very first things that you pick up. Again, it doesn't last for that long. So shortly thereafter, you're picking up a little bit of the apple, a little bit of the vetiver. And then after that, the dry down is just pretty much chilling at a clean, woody fragrance. The performance isn't that great with the longevity. You get about 4 to 5 hours with the normal amount of sprays. And then also on the other side with the projection, it's also not that great. So what I recommend is that you overspray. I recommend at least 8 sprays. Of course, make sure you get your post points and then, do a few on your clothes. But I would definitely recommend overspraying since it is a fresh scent and the performance is not that great. So if you want it to last a bit longer, again, it is a cheapie. Just go ahead and overspray. You can grab this fragrance off discounters like fragrancenet.com and Max Aroma. It is basically always discounted. I've never really seen them not discounted. So you should basically see the same price as I'm telling you in this video. For number 2 in this video, we have Mont Blanc Legend EDT. This is the Abercrombie Fierce clone. And at discounters, you're going to find this anywhere from $39 to around $60. At retailers, you're definitely going to be paying a little bit over $100. When you first spray Mont Blanc Legend EDT, the first thing that's going to hit you is fresh and clean. It's a really fresh and clean scent. And because it's not too sweet, it's going to strike you actually as a little bit more of a mature smell. The main notes are lavender, pineapple, apple, bergamot, and tonka bean. Again, it's just a really fresh and masculine scent. It's a very nice mix of fruits under that lavender. I do admit that the lavender is kind of like the main note, but it's a very nice blend. And then really under all of it, you get that nice woody note. And that's what it's just a very nice blend and mix of all of those notes. And that's what helps it just to be a little bit more of a mature, woody, fresh, clean scent. Honestly, this is probably the most versatile fragrance out of the 3 fragrances we'll be looking at today, because I could use this, during the school day. I could use this for after school events where, everything is a little bit less formal. So it's the most versatile one out of the 3. I will admit that. The performance isn't crazy. You're going to get about 5 hours of longevity. Again, is the same as the first one. The projection is also not super crazy beast mode. So if you guys want to overspray, I also recommend for this one, do at least 8 sprays. Because of how clean this specific fragrance is, again, don't be afraid to overspray. You're not going to offend anyone. It's just a really clean, masculine scent. It's not going to be super offensive to someone if you do a few more sprays than usual. For number 3, we have another clone. We have Latafa Kamra. And I'm sure some of you guys have heard about this one. This is going to run you about $34. This is the only fragrance on this list that you actually can't get at retail, at least where I live, which is the United States. I'm not sure about Europe. I'm not sure about any other places. But what I will show you is the retail price for the actual original fragrance it's a clone of, which is Angel Share's Killian. That is going to run you for about $275. So if you look at that major price difference, and I'm going to get into what makes this one special. So Latafa Kamra, this fragrance right here is gourmand heaven. If you know me, gourmand and spicy scents are my absolute favorite scents out of anything. If you have smelled Angel Share and love it, then you're definitely going to like Latafa Kamra. The main notes are cinnamon, bergamot, dates, vanilla, amberwood, and praline. It's not entirely the same as Angel Share, since the main thing that is the difference is that the Latafa Kamra is more gourmand and more sweeter during the opening and really throughout, in my opinion. And then the Angel Shares is just a little bit more like winery. But for the most part, they're still very similar smells, and most people are not going to be able to tell which one are the difference unless they're fragrance head. It just smells way above its price, and it's definitely one of my best compliment getters. If you want people to be asking you what you're wearing, whether you want to gatekeep them or not, I would not. I mean, again, like if you see how low this price is, why would you want to keep this one anyway? It is primarily for the fall and winter. So again, I hope you guys see that I gave you guys 3 options that are for the whole year, and you're gonna have an option for every single part of the year. But again, it's primarily a fall and winter scent. The projection is on par. The performance is on par with Angel Share by Killian. So you're not gonna need to go crazy like the other 2 with your sprays. Again, if you're on a date, I always recommend a couple or more. I always like my other half to be able to smell me and get a really good aroma of me. But other than that, I would just go with the normal amount of sprays for this one. So if we add up these 3 fragrances all up together, that's going to bring you around $108. That's $108 for you to be okay for the whole entire school year. You will be completely set for the school year. You won't really need anything else. And to attain these, again, fragrancenet.com, maxaroma.com. If you guys like the video, do me a favor, leave me a comment down below what you guys are possibly going to want to see next. I serve the people, so whatever you guys want is what I want. This is Ron, and I'll see you next time on Manly Sense.